Starting on week 2 of 2021. So I don't know if you can hear, but I have a bit under the weather so far this week, so probably not going to get a whole lot of building done. It's just a cold. It's here in Newfoundland, we have, in the entire province, we have almost no COVID at all. There's 5 cases in the entire province, so not quite zero, but very close to it. We had a very small spike a couple of weeks ago. We got up to around 20 active cases, and that quickly went down. So like I said, now we're at about 5. So compared to others, we've fared very well. We had 0 cases for, geez, I don't know how many months, quite a long time. So we've been 95% back to normal. I'm going to say since probably July or August. So we've been doing quite good here. So I have no concerns that it's nothing more than just a simple cold. But anyways, I have the engine for the Kawasaki is now finished. So like I said a couple of times before, it's a very nicely detailed engine. These 2 hoses here, they were a little bit of a pain to get those on, but not bad. Like I said, it's a shame that this is going to be 99% of it's going to be covered up when the fairing goes on. But even these small pieces like these flanges for the exhaust fit like a glove. So very happy with the Fujimi bike so far. The next step now is the main frame, which are these pieces here, and the frame essentially wraps around the engine on this one. I haven't moved any further on the fairing. Still have some work to do on the seams. I think I'm going to need possibly a little bit of putty in a couple of areas, but shouldn't be too much. A bit more sanding and I'll have a better idea of that. I have a couple of purples. Just give me 1 second. I'll be right back. Sorry about that. Wasn't very well prepared there. So these are the 2 purple paints that I have. This is the Testors Aztec fluorescent purple. Doesn't look very fluorescent, but. And the other one I have is this Empire airbrush paint. So this is very thin paint. I have a full set of this paint. I can't remember. Must be 12 or 14 bottles like this. This is actually a Canadian company. I don't know if they're still in business or not. Can't see why they would be. Why they wouldn't be, sorry. But these are the 2 purples that I have. Right now, this is the one I'm leaning towards. It's a bit of a darker type of purple. But I'll do a little bit of test spraying and see which one I want to go with. I also have 2, I'm going to call them finished builds for 2021. Not quite models, but something. So I put together this test board. As I mentioned, I want to start learning how to do Arduino, programming these Arduino boards. So this board here and this breadboard, they're attached to this small platform because I'm only going to be using this for testing to learn how to do the coding, do the language. I learned the coding language for this. So this breadboard, of course, will just be for testing circuits and stuff. Or testing programs, I should say, and testing the circuits. In Arduino, they call them sketch codes, or sketches. And the other thing I built was this clear acrylic case for the board. So if I start getting, start seeing a lot of dust and stuff build up, I'll put it, or I might put it inside that case anyways, I'm not sure. This is only fastened by a couple of screws. So yeah, not model related, but at least it's something for the year. So I don't plan on doing any videos on the circuitry and stuff like this. But what I do plan to do is, I mentioned in my, when I mentioned this in my last video, I talked mainly about lighting for, particularly for sci-fi ships and stuff. But these Arduinos can do so much more. You can control motors and control anything actually. You can set it up for, to use a remote, and it's almost endless what you can do with these. So what I might do is, as I'm working on some of the programming and stuff, if I do something and it's can be somehow applicable to modeling, I might just put up a video and just show what the board is doing and how it can apply to modeling. Just very short videos. But as far as how the programming is and how the wiring and circuits and all, I'm not going to do any of that, because you know, there's thousands of those videos on YouTube, people who actually know what they're doing, unlike myself. So that's just something that, if you're interested in that, you might see a few videos of that. Other than that, just continuing on with the Ferrari. Again, hopefully in the next day or two, I'll have a video of just for the Ferrari update. My plan is to try and get the Ferrari finished before the 1st of February. That's when the Finish It February group build starts. So I'd like to have the Ferrari off the bench by the time I'm getting ready to start that. As far as the Stug goes, oops. I have the gun and everything glued in now. Jeez, this thing's like handling glass. So I have the gun and everything in. As I mentioned before, next step is the tracks. So I think what I'm going to do is, once these tracks are on, I'll put the roof on, and then I should be able to at least start the painting. I'd like to paint the tank first, because I have a bunch of tools and brackets and everything that go along on the fenders that I want to paint separately and put on before I put the side armor on. I know most of the tank guys assemble it completely. I even see some guys who actually even put the tow cables on before they start painting. And yeah, I'm just not a good enough painter to do that. So sticking to my automotive painting for now, where you paint stuff and then assemble. As well, I said that I'm putting the armor on to because the tracks are done incorrectly. I did do a top section of track here with the sag in it. I want to have I'm going to have at least one of the plates removed, as if it was damaged. So it'll be around here in this area, of course, where I have the top link of tracks on it. On this side, it'll, in all likelihood, it'll just be along the bottom and around the idler wheels and the drive wheel. But I won't be doing any along the top. It's unfortunate that I screwed this kit up, because it's a really, really nice kit. Very detailed. I think I mentioned before, it has geez, 800 and something parts, I think. So it's a very detailed kit, but yeah, I should have went with something simpler. Till I get used to building tanks. But so anyways, that's where I am. Today is Wednesday. Yeah, Wednesday. So hopefully I'll get a little bit more modeling in before Sunday, and I'll have something worth putting in a video besides this. So anyways, guys, be right back when I have a bit more to show. And guys, so back down doing a little bit of work on the bench tonight. Feeling a bit better than yesterday. I'm gonna try and drown out this cold. A little bit of this. It's a sour IPA. Kitty Vitty is a local brewery. I've been trying quite a few of those. Their beer from the past little while. So a lot of their beer seems to be made with fruit or berries and stuff like this. So this one has kind of a citrusy smell and a citrusy aftertaste as well. So quite good. So oh yeah, it's good. So continuing on with this Kawasaki. At step 2 here now, trying to put the frame on. This is one of these assemblies where you need 5 hands instead of 2 to try and get it all set together. So I just have some parts glued onto the, you can see a couple of uprights glued onto one side. Once those are set, then I'll try and wrap it around the engine and attach the other side. I think it's going to be a little bit of a chore actually to do that. While I'm waiting, I'm going to prepare these brakes. So as I showed you, this comes with a photo etch, some photo etch parts. Some of those parts are the brake discs. So you have to modify the plastic one. You basically have to cut the disc off of the hub and then attach the photo etch part. So usually I don't like that. I like when the parts just fully replace a part instead of having to modify the plastic part. But yeah, so be it. If that's how it is, that's how it is. So that's my next step, is going to be modifying this. So when I get that done and move on to the frame a little bit, I'll be right back when I have an update to show. Okay guys, so here's the plastic hub. Zoom in here, it's better. So this is the plastic hub, or the plastic brake that you need to remove the hub from. But you can see how nice and thin that caliper is. So this is one of these instances where normally I would not replace this with a photo etch. Oh, sorry. This is one of those instances where I wouldn't replace this with a photo etch part. But in this instance I will, because the part actually does look better. Here are the two sides. So you can see it looks much more realistic than what I could do with paint. So I will replace these parts, but similar to what I mentioned before, myself anyways, a lot of times I've excuse me, if the plastic looks just as good or better than the photo etch part, then I won't replace it. But in this instance I will. But these are really nice brake calipers, really thin. So okay,
So be back when I have something else to show. Okay guys, so got the engine in the frame. Wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. It was a little bit of a pain, but not too bad. I did knock off this hose, so I'll put that back on when everything is dried up. I got the brakes removed from this hub, so that means a little bit of photo etch work coming up, unfortunately. But so the next thing to do now is work on the rear wheel and rear brakes and rear suspension. Some nice detail in that shock and the reservoir there. And here's a few of the brackets. So the next step now, I guess, will be getting these photo etch brakes onto this hub, and then getting the brake and the tire onto the wheel, and then I can start on the suspension. So I think the suspension and the chain, it's probably going to be a fair amount of detail painting with the swing arm and everything as well. So basically this whole page here is step 3. So that's a fair amount in just that one page. So anyways, work again tomorrow, so that's all I have time for tonight. So yeah, hopefully I'll be back at it tomorrow and have a few more updates. Morning all. It's Friday, January the 15th. Just on my way to work, getting ready to go to work. So a little bit of snow this morning. So we've actually had a great winter here this year. As you can see, before the snow, or you can't see, but before this little bit of snow here this morning, we there was no snow on the ground at all, and it's supposed to turn mild starting again tomorrow. So in a couple of days this will probably be all gone as well. So so yeah, looks beautiful for now, but that won't last long. So let's just go have a quick look out the back here as well. Alright, so this is looking at the back. Again, like I said, it looks really nice, but yeah, I'm not a big snow person, so it'll be nice to see this gone again in the next couple of days. Well, like I said, it looks very beautiful when it first falls, or when it's falling light snow like this. It's really nice. But so anyways, now I'm off to work. Hopefully I get a bit of building in this evening and put up another video on Sunday. So alright, be right back later today. Evening all. It's Friday, January the 15th. So I'm pretty much finished up for this week. If the weather is decent tomorrow, I'll be heading out of town until Sunday night. So I really don't have much done since my last update. I just have this brake disc glued together. So I'll leave that there now and clip together until until I get back on Sunday. So this video will be uploaded on, well, I'll upload it tonight, but it'll be released on YouTube same time as my last one, 12 o'clock Sunday afternoon. my time, 12 o'clock in the afternoon. So not a whole lot done this week. I was under the weather for a few days as well, so I didn't really get a whole lot done. Next week will be, hopefully next week I'll get this rear suspension and swing arm together on the Kawasaki, and I put up a video tonight as well on the Ferrari. Hopefully one more video and that's done. So the really only thing I got mostly accomplished this week was finishing up the engine for the Kawasaki and getting the engine put in the frame. That was really the main thing I got done. Didn't really get anything done on the Stug. So hopefully next week I'll get, I'd like to get those tracks assembled next week. So, so anyways guys, like I said, that's it for this week. So, as always, thanks for watching. Hope you stay tuned for next week's update. And hope you had a good weekend.